Right, so dried it a little bit. What I like to do is as well now is I just like to dry it so it's still a little bit damp, you know. So it's a little bit damp, you know. I did have a because I've been on my bike and what have you, it did start lifting a little bit, you know. And like I said, because this one's old, you can probably see you get like quite like a, it's like a dark line underneath. Now if I could be bothered, but I can't, all you do is sort of, you can lift it up, right, and a little bit of white spirit or something like that. I don't think it's white spirit. I'll come back to you on that. It's called something. And anyway, you just lift up the front of it and you can give it a clean, because obviously with the job that I do, if I had an office job, it probably wouldn't happen. But with the job I do, you get muck that goes on your hairline. So any muck that gets underneath, and especially when you're sweating at work or you've had a heavy day or whatever, you know, there's muck can get underneath it and you get like a little bit of a dark line. But it's a 2-second job. Like I said, subscribe and like to this channel and I'll talk through all of these things. This is just my first attempt at trying to sort of sell you the thought of actually going for a hair system, you know. I'm trying to be as honest as I can. I mean, even when I was hair drying it there, you try and do it on a very cool sort of blow. Because any type of heat, you could release the system and it could start to sort of lift up, you know. But the only time that's ever happened to me is when we went through the summer and it was like 38 degrees, 36 degrees, you know. But I surf and I paddleboard and, you know, I belly board and I cycle and everything like that. And I was in and out of the sea and it was no problem, you know, because I came out the sea and in that hot weather, you know, and it was starting to lift. It was, the glue was going all a little bit funny just because of the heat. But at the end of the day, I just brushed my hair forward, job done. It's all right. Go out there and enjoy yourself, you know. It was just because that was extremely, extremely hot, which you don't normally get in this country. And I was doing maintenance, to be honest. That glue must have been, if I had to take a guess, 25 weeks, I think I'd had that on. Because obviously I keep saying that I've had this one on for 6 months. But you can get maintenance done on it, which is where you basically, you go to the hairdressers. For instance, Giles, my hairstylist, he'll whip it off. It walks out and goes in the dishwasher or wherever it goes or whatever they do with it. Comes back all nice and clean, all the old glue taken off it. Your head's been rebonded and shaved up again, because I have still got a little, I don't know who I'm kidding here, but I've got a few strands, a few Homer Simpson strands going on top. So your head gets all rebonded, that goes out in the dishwasher or wherever. It comes walking back in, it gets stuck back on. Giles cuts all my sides and you walk out there and it's like you've got a brand new hair system on your head again. Don't fall. Well, again, it depends, because you've got to wear your first one first and see how you get on with it, you know. But you don't have to replace them every 13 to 14 weeks or whatever. TCP will probably kill us for saying this, but try and live with it, you know. When I first had mine put on, I thought, right, if this stops me from doing anything that I enjoy doing, I'm whipping it off and I've had enough. You know, I'm not doing it. It's you know, it's not going to happen. And I tortured it. I really did torture it, you know. I mean, I'm talking, I went swimming, I dove in, I went on holiday to Tenerife. You know, it just got pelted with the sunshine. I was sitting in heat and you know, I went go-karting as well. I've got motorbikes as well, so I wear my motorbike helmet, and I just couldn't find a fault with it. Apart from when I did play football, I play sports, you're paranoid as hell because you think it's coming off. It's coming off. Because what happens is the glue sort of doesn't start to melt, but it gives you the sensation of that it's lifting. Because it's like when you first get it done, it's like somebody's put a baseball cap on you and tightened it up. All right, not a point where you get headaches or anything. So again, don't get us wrong. I'm not selling this very well here, but I'm just trying to be honest with you, you know. So that was like when you first get it done, within a matter of the first hour that he's just stuck it on, it just gets tighter and tighter, and the reassurance is there that it's not going anywhere. And then when I went to football or the gym, well, it was actually football for me, but I'm just saying, if you go to the gym or go and do a sport, go for a run or whatever, but you're not allowed to do in the first 48 hours, mind, and you can't have sex, but that's negotiable. Yeah, it just feels like it's releasing a little bit, you know, but that's just your body temperature going higher. So obviously the glue is going to be affected, but God, it's not going to fall off. It's not going to, I was heading the ball, there was lads jumping on top of us, there was this, that. I was so paranoid the first 6 months, but you get used to it. It's fine, because then as soon as your body temperature starts to cool down again, you can feel the glue in the system really getting the grip again, you know. For all you plasters out there, it's like PVA in your head, you know, and then you're sticking something on it. And the bond is just incredible. And again, I think it's Total Cover Plus, you know. I don't know what all the glues are like, but it just seems to work for me. So I'm going to go let this dry a little bit outside and just go and have a cup of tea, I think. But you get the idea when you wash it, you know what I mean? It's silky smooth, but also because my hair's so long at the back now, I'm getting that sort of double bump, because that is my hair and that is long. Normally I have it all shaved, because nobody wants that double bump in the back. But a little bit of wax, a little bit of hair drying, and I can take that away. Again, it's just because I've been lazy, and once you do the research on the Total Cover Pluses, you'll find that not most salons do it, you know. I think when I've done it before, I think I found 8 salons that do it, you know, from London to Manchester, Reading. There used to be one in Durham, up where I'm from, but that one didn't come up when I googled it this time. They're quite a low-key hair system, all right? I think it's because they're so damn good, all right? I can't speak highly enough of them, you know. I just think they're the top of the game and ahead of the game as well, you know. I know that the hair is, I'm going to say Russian, where some of the hair systems are Chinese hair. I don't know, but I'll leave it up to you to do all the research behind the TCP systems, the Total Cover Plus systems. But at the end of the day, I think it's a German company. Germans build nice cars, they're good at engineering, they're good at hair systems, all right? So I'm going to leave it there. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And this will go further. And like I said, I'm just babbling on, but any questions that you've got for us, please just send them in. I'll have a look at them and I'll try and answer as much as I can. But yeah, let's go and have a cup of tea.